Hello there, everyone. Third day of this beautiful week here at April 20th, 2022, the 325th edition of 413 Sports Talk. It's crazy, and we're not ever going to stop. Anywho, for today, I have you the third position group for the 2022 NFL Draft hopefuls. Today, I give you the running backs. The NFL is widely seen as a pass first ask questions later kind of league. And with that being said, the running backs are now being asked to come out of college and already have good hands and halfway decent route running ability. Today we are going to do things a little differently, and I'll start this episode with my top 10 running backs. Episode 325 begins. So much talent enters the league at this position. Running backs are my favorite to evaluate, honestly. Lots of players that you are going to be hoping that I'll talk about may not make this list here, honestly. And literally, there's talent galore, so please let me know if you enjoy my player evals, what I've done correct, what I've done wrong, and here we go with these guys. Number 10 is Kyren Williams out of Notre Dame. He stands 5'10", weighs 195 pounds. A lot of hype coming from Notre Dame, but he lacks size and elite track speed, athleticism you really hope for. Not a consistent athlete by any stretch of the means. You can't count on him heavily in the run game. Let's just be frank. Very crafty in the juke department, though, I will say. Oftentimes he takes horrible angles, so his jukes look, they're like stopped on a dime by the defenders. So I think he will be best as like a third down back. Change of pace, move the chains. Draft him if you have like a Joe Mixon already or Saquon Barkley. So Bengals or Giants, probably good fits for Kyren Williams here. Sit him behind these kind of guys, and he's somebody who will succeed and excel as his career goes on. He's a good receiver out of the backfield, and he's a great route runner. I think he belongs in the scheme-wise and inside zone, and you can find him in the fourth round. Number 9, Tyler Algieri out of BYU, 5'10", 221 pounds. I like him because he has no real athleticism, honestly. I know it's like, what? He's a fucking dog, though. Contact balance power back that has deceptive speed. He ran his 40 in a 4.6, so it's all right. Great vision. He lowers his shoulder to get those extra yards. But I'm not sure if he'll outrun many linebackers at the NFL, the next level. I think he's an excellent. I think what's good about him is if he does get to the second level, the speed kind of changes. I don't know. It seems like he plays faster. And it's like more of a motivation. I think that you plug him in immediately, almost, and I think you get very productive play out of him. Maybe he steps in for the guy ahead of him who's injured. Maybe spells the guy ahead of him for a quarter, maybe two. But this guy is someone you want to get to know, especially if you feel like your team is in need of a running back. Tyler Algieri will go in the fourth round. This guy, number 8, Isaiah Spiller out of Texas A&M. He's 6 foot tall, 270 pounds. 217, I'm sorry. He started as a top 15 back. It goes to show you how much talent is in this class. If he was at 15, he was at 15 and moved all the way up to 8, which means 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 7 new guys popped in the final list right here at the end. Shows you this class is talented. This guy's a shifty, long speed runner. Potential starter because he has great vision, especially on the inside zone runs. He sees things before it happens. Add that to a nasty jump cut that makes defenders miss as he changes lanes effortlessly. Change of direction is good. He doesn't lose any speed as far as that's concerned. When you plant that back foot and you know you got acceleration, this guy is dynamic and he can be a perennial All-Pro. So I believe that Isaiah Spiller gets to the league, gets coached up a little bit, and he is with what they call the Shanahan style type of offense, which is what half the league runs already. And it's very effective. I think that's where he flourishes in a system like that. I think he comes to this league immediately and makes an impact, and it grows as the years go on. All right, number 7, Tyler Beatty out of Missouri, 5'8", 198 pounds. Please, all right, I understand why the fuck is he on this list, but hear me out. I like playing darts in the dark, honestly, when doing these running back evals, because there's so much talent within this class. There's a lot of talent in last year's class too. Don't get me wrong. This guy's a stylistic preference here. It's what you like. I like a lot of throwing. I don't like the running backs to be big. I don't like teams that keep running it down people's throats. I want to see passing. This is a scat back of the group, not a 3-down guy at all. He has great hands, great route running ability, very explosive and shifty speed. He's going to do in the NFL exactly what he did in Missouri, and that was what came in and was electricity on 3rd down. And with his shiftiness, not so much so vision, he can run inside as well and be pretty successful with that. Number 6 is James Cook out of Georgia, stands 5'11", 198 pounds. This guy I watched all year. Even though it's always War Eagle and Go Auburn Tigers, you can't deny that this guy's playmaking ability wasn't visible. But at least I think he grades out as an outside runner, receiving kind of back. Reminds me of San Francisco's Matt Breida, just like without the injuries. Just not the best runner in between the tackles, but is a great route runner and absolute demon after the catch with some decent hands as well. James Cook will go in the 3rd round of the draft. Number 5, David Pierce out of Florida. Ooh, that's a name. That's a name for you. 5'10", 224 pounds. He'll go in the 3rd round as well. But he's another standout that balled with the likes of Kyle Trask and Kadarius Toney. Not the fastest, quick twitch speed guy you're looking for, but he has great vision and reaction when it comes to running inside. Excuse me. Super creative guy as far as the tools he's got in his belt. It's the jukes, stops. No, it's ridiculous. He's a great pass protector, probably the best pass protector in this class right now. It's the top 10. One day will eventually be a consistent starter. Not sure if it's going to be an All-Pro, but kind of think like Josh Jacobs of the Las Vegas Raiders. I think he was a bit underutilized as well, so that could spell well for his NFL career. And I think one day he will be a second contract type of halfback. Number 4 is Zamir White out of Georgia. 6 foot tall, 217 pounds. Here we go. Not a guy that's going to be atop many others' lists, but when I'm looking at players, it's about projections. You want to know what we think, right? About these players and so on. So here we are with Zamir. I think he'll be a better pro than he was collegiately. And I say so because of a crowded backfield that he faced in Georgia. 2 ACL injuries. But, I mean, let's not to say that guys like Nick Chubb didn't have an ACL injury and then came back and was running like a beast. Adrian Peterson also won an MVP after tearing his ACL. But I wasn't impressed with his vision. That's one thing that I do not like about Zamir White. Georgia's weakness and only weakness last year was the offensive line, so maybe there might be some blame to place there. So I think his best fit is in a power run system. He finds the lane, he powers through. Great speed and acceleration, probably best in the class most likely. Once he hits that second level, peace, touchdown city. He needs coaching, but one day he will be great. Number 3, Pierre Strong out of South Dakota State. He's 5'11", 205 pounds. His tape was absolutely fucking amazing. Reminds me of LaShawn McCoy. That's literally who he was at South Dakota State, honestly. Speedy, shifty, with a decent mix of inside-outside moves. He has it all. Extreme speed, shiftiness, complete electricity, inhuman. Does the level of competition translate? He's going to have to make elite athletes miss at the next level. He broke 60 tackles in his final year. His game is to juke the shit out of you and score touchdowns with his great hands. But he is 24 years old. Maybe not a second contract type of guy. One you could find in day 2 or day 3, but he is a steal irregardless. Number 2, Kenneth Walker out of Michigan State, 5'9", 211 pounds, and he will also go in the 3rd round. I know what I'm talking about. His size is the only real knock for me here. The vision displayed while at Michigan State was great. He also paired that with a vicious jump cut, and his acceleration was off the charts. Well after that, he needs to grow as a receiver, and other than that, he's ready to go. Defenders have a very hard time getting hands on him in space, and coaches love that due to the shiftiness and just having a feel for the game. He reminds me of Sony Michel, 1st round pick. Made the Super Bowl in his first 3 seasons. This is who Kenneth Walker will be. And the final running back on my list is Breece Hall out of Iowa State. 5'11", 217 pounds. He'll go in the 1st or 2nd round. Most likely the 1st round. The gap in between him and the other guys in the list is huge. It's not even fucking close. He is the tier 1 guy. Everybody else just falls behind. He's underrated, in my opinion. Top 5 player in this draft. Ran a 4.39 40, stroke that shit. To skive off the speed questions. He plays faster than he does on tape. He's very elusive, has the hugest bag of tricks. Freak athlete who is the complete running back. He has everything at a high level, guys. Breece Hall is this generation's Matt Forte. There's my list of top 10 running backs. Thank you. Now let's continue on with this episode. We'll go to the news really quickly. Nets coach Steve Nash says Ben Simmons can come back to the team when he is ready. Can that readiness happen quickly? Game 2 is tonight at 7 p.m. in the Garden. Embiid and company travel to Toronto in hopes of leaving with the 3-0 series at Toronto, 8 p.m. It's probably going to happen. Giannis and the Bucks look to go up 2-0 over the Chicago Bulls tonight at 9:30, and there's a chunk of NBA news I really wanted to get out there. Cincinnati Reds are unhappy with San Diego Padres' Luke Voit for his dirty slide into their own Tyler Stevenson. And he basically took his head and slammed him down. It was a little fucked up. You can see that on YouTube, by the way. Wimbledon men's and women's tennis league has banned players from Russia and Belarus. Illinois Kofi Cockburn to enter the 2022 NBA draft after 3 seasons with the school. And a guy who's not going to the draft is Oscar Tshiebwe. Says he's returning to Kentucky for the 2022-2023 season. Unanimous winner of the 2022 John Wooden Award. 17.5 points per game, 15 rebounds a game. Starting the season with the opener, and when they played Duke, he scored 17 and had 20 boards. That's it for the news. Let's talk about the NBA. Miami Heat over Atlanta 115-105. Trae Young is silenced again as the Heat take a 2-0 series lead. Memphis 124, Minnesota 96. Ja and company bring the Cat and Pat Bev back to reality. The Game 3 is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. New Orleans 125, Phoenix 114. Chris Paul is 0-14 versus referee Scott Foster. That's it for the NBA. NHL, let's talk about it. Toronto over Philly 5-2. Minnesota over Detroit 2-0. Minnesota over Montreal 2-0. Detroit over Tampa Bay 4-3. New York Rangers over Winnipeg 3-0. Florida over the Islanders in extras 3-2. Boston beats St. Louis in extras 3-2. Nashville over Calgary 3-2. The Kings over the Ducks 2-1. Ottawa over Vancouver in extras 4-3. And San Jose over Columbus 3-2. MLB time. We have Washington and Arizona doing a doubleheader. First game was Washington 6, Arizona 1. Second game was Washington 1, Arizona 0. Mets did a doubleheader as well. The first game they won against San Fran 5-4 in 10 innings, and the Mets beat San Fran in the second game 3-1. St. Louis over Miami 5-1. The Yanks over the Tigers 4-2. Boston over Toronto 2-1. Brewers over the Pirates 5-2. Tampa Bay 6, Chicago 5, Cubs, LA Angels 7, Houston 2, Kansas City 4, Minnesota 3, Colorado 6, Philly 5, Oakland 2, Baltimore 1, San Diego 6, Cincinnati 2, Seattle 6, Texas 2, Atlanta 3, Dodgers 1, and Chicago and Cleveland was postponed. Western Mass sports side of things. Boys volleyball, Holyoke over Ware 3-0. East Long Meadow over Commerce 3-1. Side Tech beats Springfield International Charter by a score of 3-2. Putnam does the same to 3-0. Putnam does the same to Belchertown. St. John's does the same to Agawam, and Central does the same to Athol. On to lacrosse. Those were all scores of 3-0, by the way. So lacrosse, we have Springfield over Northampton 17-1, St. Mary's over Central 5-1, in the East-West Mass matchup, Long Meadow over Billerica 12-6. And that's it for lacrosse. Softball, we got Springfield International Charter over Palmer 19-12, Athol over Murdoch 22-1. East Hampton over Long Meadow 10-0, and that's it for softball. Lacrosse, we have Granby over Pope Francis 20-7. And that is it for 413 Sports Talk episode 325. I am Raheem Escalay. 48 subscribers on YouTube. Go see us over there. And I want to thank you for your continued support of the show. Love you all. Wish you nothing but health, wealth, and success.